You're wrong. So long as each of us hasn't made a clean breast of it, why they've damned him or her. We know nothing. Nothing that counts. You, young lady, shall begin. Why? Tell us why. If you are frank, if we bring our specters into the open, it may save us from disaster. So, out with it. Why?
I tell you, I haven't a notion. They wouldn't tell me why.
That's so. They wouldn't tell me either, but I have a pretty good idea. Perhaps you're shy of speaking first. Right, I'll lead off. I'm not a very estimable person.
No need to tell us that. We know you are a deserter.
Let that be. It's only a side issue. I'm here because I treated my wife abominably, that's all, for 5 years. Naturally, she's suffering still. There she is. The moment I mention her, I see her. It's Gomez who interests me, and it's she I see. Where's Gomez got to? For 5 years. There! They've given her back my things, sitting by the window, with my coat on her knees. A coat with the 12 bullet holes. The blood's like rust, a brown ring around each hole. It's quite a museum piece, that coast card with history. I used to wear it fancy. No. Can't you shed a tear, my love? Surely you'd squeeze one out at last. No? You can't manage it? Night after night I came home drunk, sneaking of wine and women. She'd sat up for me, of course, but she never cried, never uttered a word of reproach. Only her eyes spoke. Big, tragic eyes. I don't regret anything. I must pay the price, but I shan't whine. It's snowing in the street. Won't you cry, confound you? That woman was born martyr, you know. Victim by vocation.
Why did you hurt her like that?
It was so easy. A word was enough to make her flinch, like a sensitive plant, but never, never a reproach. I'm fond of teasing. I watched and waited, but no, not a tear, not a protest. I picked her up out of the gutter, you understand. Now she's stroking the coat, her eyes are shut, and she's feeling with her fingers for the bullet holes. What are you after? What do you expect? I tell you I regret nothing. The truth is she admired me too much. Does that mean anything to you?
No. Nobody admired me.
So much the better. So much the better for you. I suppose all this strikes you as very vague. Well, there's something you can get your teeth into. I bought a half-caste girl to stay at our house. My wife slept upstairs. She must have heard everything. She was an early riser, and as I and the girl stayed in bed late, she served us our morning coffee.
You brute!
Yes, a brute, if you like, but a well-loved brute. No, it's nothing. Only Gomez, and he's not talking about me. What were you saying? Yes, a brute, certainly. Else why should I be here? Your turn.
Well, I was what some people down there called a damn bitch. Damned already, so it's no surprise being here.
Is that all you have to say?
No. There was that affair with Florence. A dead man's tale, with 3 corpses to it. He to start with, then she and I. So there's no one left. I've nothing to worry about. It was a clean sweep. Only that room I see it now and then. Empty, with the doors locked. No, they've just unlocked them. To let. It's to let. There's a notice on the door. That's too ridiculous.
3. 3 deaths, you said?
3.
1 man and 2 women?
Yes.
Well, well. Did he kill himself?
He? No. He hadn't the guts for that. Still, he'd every reason. We led him a dog's life. As a matter of fact, he was run over by a tram. A silly sort of end. I was living with them. He was my cousin.
Was Florence fair?
Fair? You know, I don't regret a thing. Still, I'm not so very keen on telling you the story.
That's all right. So you got sick of him?
Quite gradually. All sorts of little things got on my nerves. For instance, he made a noise when he was drinking, a sort of gurgle, trifles like that. He was rather pathetic, really. Vulnerable. Why are you smiling?
Because anyhow, I'm not vulnerable.
Don't be too sure. I crept inside her skin. She saw the world through my eyes. When she left him, I had her on my hands. We shared a bed-sitting room at the other end of the town.
And then?
Then that tram did its job. I used to remind her every day, "Yes, my pet, we killed him between us." I'm rather cruel, really.
So am I.
No, you're not cruel. You're something else.
What?
I'll tell you later. When I say I'm cruel, I mean I can't get on without making people suffer. Like a live coal in others' hearts. When I'm alone, I flicker out. For 6 months, I flamed away in her heart till there was nothing but a cinder. One night, she got up and turned on the gas while I was asleep. Then she crept back into bed. So now you know.
Well, well.
Yes? What's in your mind?
Nothing. Only that it's not a pretty story.
Obviously. But what matter?
As you say, what matter? Your turn. What have you done?
As I told you, I haven't a notion. I rack my brain, but it's no use.
Right. Then we'll give you a hand. That fellow with the smashed face, who was he?
Who? Who do you mean?
You know quite well. The man you were so scared of seeing when you came in.
Oh, him. A friend of mine.
Why are you afraid of him?
That's my business, Mr. Garson.
Did he shoot himself on your account?
Of course not. How absurd you are.
Then why should you have to be so scared? He blew his brains out, didn't he? That's how his face got smashed.
Don't. Please don't go on.
Because of you.
He shot himself because of you.
Leave me alone. It's not fair bullying me like that. I want to go. I want to go.
Go if you can. Personally, I'd ask for nothing better. Unfortunately, the door's locked. Oh, oh. Ho, 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 ho.
You hateful, both of you.
Sheeps. Look at mommy. Look at mommy. Here's a baby. You're my little princess. Yee.